Ooh.
Hello, everybody. I hope you are all doing well. Yeah, it's good to have you all guys here. Thank you for coming. Today, we're starting a bit late, obviously, but I think it's a good thing that we still got Michael up and running here. So how you doing, Michael Khan?
Not
Having
too
him in
bad.
Ellemnet?
I might have half an hour in me.
I thought your mum would have put you to bed by now. Come on,
I'm not
it's
at my
usually 9
mum's.
o'clock. Yeah, I know, but I thought she would have come to yours just to tuck you in.
What's with this half an hour nonsense?
But you see,
And,
you see, Teddy needs his beauty sleep. You know, Michael's the original Mr. Bean, Neil.
No, what it is though, like I start getting ratty when I get tired, and then ballers will start winding me up, and
Yeah.
I'll not be much fun.
Yeah, because I don't know if you've seen this new King Baller in chat. What
he's
a
an
troll.
idiot, mate.
What a troll.
I know, an idiot, mate. He called me a coward. I got triggered by him. He triggered me. I banned him, and I actually let him back in to tell him, look, I will tell you tonight how flat Earth, how day and night works on flat Earth. He called me a coward. He says I was your organ grinder. Guys, he's I can't say it because it's a child-friendly show.
But yeah,
numpty. I'll have some arguments with him in the future, I reckon.
and then
Numpty.
So wait, he asked you how day and night work on a flat Earth?
He did, yeah.
Wow,
they
tell him go
King
back
Ball
to
is it?
2015.
Yeah. And
Oh, sorry about that. Press the wrong button.
oh, he's caught. See what I mean? He's in there now. Coward. Yes, you are. I'll tell you what. If you don't stop going on, King Ball, I'll ban you. Simple.
Yeah, King Baller. It's good to see the trolls in butthurt, as you can put it.
Yeah, innit? Idiot.
So yeah, like I said, we've got Michael in, we've got PJ Cruikshank, obviously. Just Bill, hey Matt, how you doing? The Hammer and Neil Constantino. Hope you guys are all doing well.
See, even Derek sticks up for me, King Baller. Look, PG is no coward. Shush it. Exactly, mate. Shush it. Nice one, Derek. Bless, man.
Thank you very much, Derek. Okay, so
I'm the baller you should fear. Yeah, right, mate. Show who you are. Tell me who you are and see if I fear you.
So we got Professor Harvester in. Thank you for coming. Alan Norstrand, it's good to see you. King Baller, obviously there. Thank you for coming. Hop, good to see you. The Bad Guy, thank you for coming. And then we got, who else did I see in? Melissa, good to see you. Ich habe es nicht gewusst. What worst Bratwurst? Jimmy, good to see you, mate. Yeah, King Baller, can you Flatzoid's perspective, or are you a coward too?
There you go. See what I mean? He's an update. Even Alan said, look, only one coward in here. Exactly, King Baller.
LVA Paul, good to see you. KP Tone, thank you for coming. Yeah, exactly. I know the answer. God is always the answer, guys. Lumpy Gas in a Vacuum, good to see you, mate. Derek Nelson, thank you for coming. And Original D Rose, hey. Jeff Gassett, good to see you. Dr Ryanated, good to see you too. And Level Up, it's good to see you, Paula. Cygnus Step, and Chad Jones, and Party Fish. Wow, a lot of names to shout out to you guys. And Godzilla 37, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. It's always good to see everybody. So I did release my rap video today.
Seen it, dude. Seen it.
Because the people
Oh,
did
who's
ask
party
me.
fish? Party fish wants me to explain day and night. I don't know who party fish is, so nah, I'm not explaining it to you. I was got to explain it to the coward though, but he's not asking.
Party fish. It's in the Bible. It simply says God separated the day and night. There we go.
Yeah. It's quite simple though. The sun comes from the east to the west. It circles the flat earth. Light has limitations, so light's probably just say about half, maybe slightly less or slightly more than half of the earth at a time. It's simple. It circles. So different parts of the earth get different parts of the sun at a time. It goes out of your view, out your peripheral vision, out your sorry. It goes out of your view through perspective, disappears, goes elsewhere, circles around. It just keeps circling. Simple as that. It's not hard to explain. It's not hard. Do you know what I mean? And it'll light up, like we say, limitation of light. Light has a limitation, so it'll light up half at a time. It doesn't light up the whole flat Earth. That's
PJ,
silly. What?
you're not
Ask
letting
him how it works on his ball, because it doesn't work.
you're not
'cause they
letting this
have no
guy get
mouth.
under your skin, are you?
Yeah, no, I'm just letting them know that it's bloody easy. Because it's because that King Baller, he got under my skin, not Party Fish. I mean, I don't know who Party Fish
But
is.
yeah, the thing is, I think the baller should come back to us when they understand there's a difference between sunlight and daylight.
Exactly.
If they can't even figure that out, then I don't think they got any right to actually talk about the subject.
Exactly. The moon and the sun circle the flat Earth like a clock. It's simple as that.
Yeah, Flatzoid, you were kind of nervous. I could tell you were kind of nervous to release your rap, but you shouldn't have been, man. It was decent, dude. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I was nervous, because it's not something I do. That's like my first
Right.
actual released rap. Not even my wife knew that I did that. She even left a message like, out of 16 years, is the first time I've ever heard you rap. I mean, I've never even rapped in the shower before.
Now that's risky, boy, because usually it's the shower that gives you the confidence. And you never even did it in the shower? Oh, my goodness.
My wife's angry with me. She says I didn't even shout her out, and she's sitting right next to me. So actually, I'm only fixed by her. Okay, so for the people that didn't see the rap, I am going to quickly play it. It's only a minute long, though.
King Baller. Sunlight is daylight. What is the stupidity? Sunlight and daylight are two different things. And there's evidence for it. When the sunlight shines on you, it causes shadows. Daylight does not cause a shadow. Sunlight, daylight, different things. Stop being silly, Baller.
Sunlight is the light caused by the sun. Daylight is the light caused by the excitement of the gases in the air.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm going to quickly play it, and then we'll get back to the video.
The earth is flat. The earth is flat. Deal with it. Deal with it. Deal with it. Hey, you, welcome to reality. Welcome to the flat and stationary. Through life we've been taught what to believe and how to think. Our foundations laid waste with the magic of from reality. How we suffer with believing these lies. How we strive to conceal the strife. Why do we believe what we do? What if I told you it was created for me and for you? This world we live in is not what we're told. It's a world of purpose and splendor and treasures untold. Will you step back? Will you jump in? Let's head to the truth with intent. All I'm here to do is tell you the earth is flat. So deal with it. So deal with it.
Yay. Who's bumping on them Transformers?
See, I was a bit how can I say, I was a bit shy to release it, but I just had to, and I just want to say thank you guys for letting me.
Why not?
As long as I didn't embarrass myself. Not that I
You
care.
did well, man.
Not that I care what people think, but
Exactly. No, you did well, dude. You did well.
Richard G says, so when's your album dropping? I don't think there's going to be an album, but like I said, I am definitely going to be doing some music content, but that's going to be on a whole different channel though, because me and my wife have written some music together. Got a whole.
Your wife's in chat.
Yeah, she's sitting right next to me, so.
Oh, she. I was going to say she's in chat as well. Okay, got you. I was going to say hi. Say hi to your wife, Flats. I'm just sitting next to you.
Let's say hi.
Sorry, dude.
She says hi back.
Oh, nice.
So
Hiya.
yeah, we're definitely gonna do a channel together with the music and stuff sometime. We just want to get her a nice keyboard, so that will
Yeah.
work well.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, but tonight, guys, Flatzoid's perspective is 52 votes. Danny needs to read his Bible again. Yes, 50%. No, 50%. I'm obviously gonna say yes. So would you guys agree that he needs to read his Bible again, Danny Faulkner? Because he obviously is not
I
getting it
second
right.
Absolutely.
I second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oh, aye. Nibble on it. Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay. So anyway,
Kyle.
the video of tonight, I haven't watched it through though yet. I only watched like the first 2 minutes to see what it's about. And that's where I got the idea for my thumbnail.
Cool.
Because he opens his statement with the earth's not flat. And the thumbnail shows him standing like Hitler. So, so I just
What? That's
yes,
crazy.
So I just had to show it. Let's see. Let's quickly show you the thumbnail that
I'm sticking to Jimmy Greaves.
this was the this is the thumbnail. So I originally thought this opens up and it says the earth's not flat. It stands like this. Then I just couldn't help myself but take this. And that's how I came up with the thumbnail, by the way, guys. Okay.
That's cool.
Godzilla 37. I'm pressing X that he's even read it in the first place. No, he's definitely read it. Just I don't think he understands what it says. Because as soon as it says God stopped the sun from moving, that's what it says, and we would know he's probably going to say the earth stopped moving.
Right.
Okay. Are you guys ready to hear? But anyway, like I was saying, he was a guest at a church, and they got him out there to be the guest because he's apparently a subject expert matter on flat earth. Yep. So that's very interesting. Hey,
Wait,
Skeptic.
the Christian?
Yeah, he's a Christian, remember? He's representing Christianity and saying the Bible doesn't teach flat earth. Very odd. Hey, Quinlan, good to see you, mate. And Skeptic936, good to see you. Okay, let's get this ball on the roll.
Well, we've had a great morning, great afternoon. Just been tremendous, and we're going to finish up with another great session tonight. We're blessed tonight. One of Pastor Mark's heart was to discuss the whole flat earth topic, and when we reached out to Brian about that, he said he had the expert for us. And so Dr. Danny Faulkner is here. He drove over from, he said, St. Louis, just to be with us tonight.
Flatzoid.
So here.
Yes, mister.
Is that another backdrop of masonry?
But Danny Faulkner, are you kidding me? Danny Faulkner is going to go around spreading this nonsense. They're all going to listen to this guy.
But like I said, he drove all the way from Louisiana. So he drove very far out of his way just to go and preach to them. Remember, this is a church. And he's supposed to be the subject expert matter on flat earth. Do you think he's actually going to be talking anything scriptural? Or I'd hope so, because he's going to be up in front of a church.
Yeah, but you know what, Flatzoid? I'm thinking we need to find out where these things are going to be, and maybe we need to put a representative there. All right, you're going to listen to this? Now hear this side.
Exactly. That
Yeah,
I was thinking exactly the
exactly.
same thing. What would have happened if there was someone like us there? And Danny Faulkner came up and said, then we said, sorry, can we talk about this with us as well? Because we don't agree with the guy. Hey, Brianna,
Exactly.
good to see you. Thanks for coming. But that's the problem that happens. We never get our side represented at these things. Hey, Blue Pool.
I'd love to be there.
Good evening, Ty Smokes. How you doing, man?
And Ty Smokes, good to see
Skeptic and Skeptic. Good evening, Skeptic.
Oh, yeah, Skep. What's up, Skep?
you. Dal has suspiciously big tits for a bloke says, does it bother you that almost all Christians throughout history have interpreted the Bible to say earth is flat? Huh?
What?
That no Christians. The Bible does say the earth is flat. Cosmology says so. The problem is you're so indoctrinated you don't read it that way. I've been a Christian most of my life before I was a flat earther. I read it as a globe. But if I read it in the same way I do today, I definitely would have seen it as reading it flat. But because you've been indoctrinated, you don't read it in the same way. The problem comes when you get the information about it, the knowledge. Do you choose to call God a liar and follow the heliocentric model, which is a great delusion, by the way, because you calling God a liar, that means you throwing God away, His word away. So it does actually get to me very close to my heart because you don't know what you're getting yourself into.
I got a question, guys. When you were reading like flats before you were a flat earther, when you came across Genesis 1 and maybe you were seeking some training on it, what it meant, it always seemed as though they skipped over day 2. No one ever talked about it. No one ever talked about the firmament. They would teach you all about, the other days.
They would always start day 1. God was there in the beginning, blah, blah. Then they would all of a sudden move to when Adam and Eve were created. That's what they would do. You wouldn't really read
Not
in
for
between.
me. I was told I used to go right past the firmament. I didn't think anything of it, to be honest.
Yeah, it was never expounded upon.
Right. Why didn't they teach us what it really meant?
But I mean, when I had heard of it, like the firmament, the waters separated from the waters and all that, I didn't understand it as a flat earth because I was believing in the ball, in the globe. So I didn't understand it. I couldn't comprehend what this meant because it didn't sound like a globe, but I knew nothing of flat earth. So to me, it was like, it's explaining a globe, but I don't know how it's the physics and the dynamics of it work. Do you know what I mean? Because to me, it didn't seem like it was explaining globe, but it must have been because I was a baller then, and I didn't know nothing of flat earth, so I didn't understand it. It didn't seem like it was understandable to me. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was maybe metaphorical or whatever, at that point.
Yeah.
But no, it's literal.
Yeah, and Zorg, I just got to say, if I mispronounced it then, I thought he said Louisiana, so yeah, sorry about that. Okay, Thomas Larson, good to see you. But yeah, like we've been saying, when you're a globe believer and you brought up that way to believe in the globe, all you can think about is your foundational mindset is it's a globe. So when you read the scripture, you don't read it in another context. You automatically have that bias that they're explaining a globe. Even though you're reading the words, it's immovable. It's stationary. You're reading the words, it's a circle. You're reading the words that the night and day came before the sun and the moon. You're reading the words that the earth was created before the sun. But you don't click because you're indoctrinated. Now, once you've come to the realization that, hang on, what does the word actually say? Then you have the knowledge and you say, oh, wow, I just read it wrong. Thank you, Skeptic96, for your $10 super chat. Really, really undisputed. I really, really appreciate your super chat. Thank you very much. It says Flatzoid, undisputed heavyweight champ. I don't know about that much, but thank you very much for your super chat, Skeptic. And I appreciate everybody's support on this channel. You guys rock. Because without you guys, there wouldn't be a channel. So I really appreciate you guys. Okay. Are you guys ready to hear his opening statements and what argument he's got?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we appreciate you too as well, Flats.
Nah. Ditto. I appreciate you guys fully.
I like that word, ditto.
Ditto.
Huge sacrifice in the midst of his travels.
Sorry?
Sorry, I was just going to say it reminds me in the Ghost movie because it was said in the Ghost movie with Patrick Swayze. Ditto. That's what he said for I love you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Rubens and Gideon says the Bible is full of fallacies. You want to come and debate about that, Ruben?
Don't think so.
So we can show you just how ignorant you are to the Bible.
So I want to give him plenty of time. So let's give a warm welcome to Dr. Danny Faulkner.
Is the earth flat? Well, in a word, no.
And you see what I'm saying? Ist nicht nur flach. Thank you, Danny Faulkner, for, in a word, saying the Earth's not flat like Hitler. Congratulations.
And there are many reasons why we know the earth is
And no, the Bible's not full of fallacies, only misrepresentations of people interpreting it wrong because they have a bias.
not flat, and it's a globe. And I will share some of those with you tonight, not all of them by any means. And you may wonder, well, why am I concerned about this? Well, much of my life, our critics have said, they've equated creation with belief the earth is flat. And for much of my life, that was hyperbole. And I didn't care about it, because there weren't any flat earthers, really.
What? Did he just say...
What do you mean there wasn't any flat earthers?
Godzilla 37, thank you very much for your $11 super chat. Really appreciate it. Says, Skip, undisputed heavyweight donor.
Nice.
Thank you very much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You guys rock. And yeah, Skeptic and Godzilla, you both do donate a lot, so I really appreciate it. But then again, I thank you everybody that donates to the channel, off the show and on the show. Thank you very much. But did you hear what he says? Just to make it, I think what I heard right is he says people have always interpreted it as flat, did he not? And then he says, but there weren't really any flat earthers, so it didn't bother him. Is that what he said?
It's a contradiction in terms.
Yeah, he's double speak.
Double speak, exactly, dude.
Again, Godzilla, Skeptic 936 says $2 super chat. Thank you very much. Says, not me, Godzilla, you. You didn't need to super chat that to him, but thank you very much. Okay.
He's not going to open the Bible.
No.
Well, he's got his laptop.
Let's give him
out.
a chance. Let's give him a chance.
We'll see what he says. He is in a church, so he obviously has to quote scripture.
Okay, right. He'll probably tell his story and all that. He'll choose one scripture. It'll probably be out of context, and there we go.
And then Godzilla 37 back with a $2 super chat.
No, you.
No, you. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna I'm gonna make a signboard that I don't need to write anymore. As soon as they get a super chat, I'm just gonna put the paper up saying thank you. And now Rob Keane, thank you for your super chat, $5 super chat.
Wow.
Is a pizza flat?
Flatzoid, I've seen this happen on Nathan's show. This is gonna be a super chatting day.
Could be.
I just
There'll
want
be people back and forth.
I just want to know
Nice.
how we're gonna get through the show then.
It's difficult, but you gotta let him go. Send the money.
But thank you very much, guys. You guys rock. Yeah, I do appreciate you guys. To the moon and back.
Nice.
Is pizza flat, by the way, Rob Keane? It depends how you take it in context. I would say yes, pizza's flat with topography. Because you have things on it. The horizontal, it's definitely horizontal. Okay, let's try again.
And so it didn't bother me at all. But then about 7 years ago in past February.
And by the way, Godzilla, if you're going to be broke, please don't give money. I don't want to take money out of your wallet if you can't feed yourself. So please, meet you in the welfare line. No, guys, please.
I discovered that there was a flat Earth movement going on, and it really surprised me. Been going on for a year or two at that point, but it's finally reaching critical mass and starting to grow. And so I began to delve into it. What caused me to look into it was over a week's time, I had 3 different conversations with 3 different adults concerned about 3 different young people who were into this. And I thought there must be something going on, so I dived out there onto the internet to see what was going on. And I spent a lot of time working at it. I've been to 3 Flat Earth International conventions and met many of the people. I got to know some of the speakers, and I've actually made friends with several of them. Many of them, actually. One of them.
Made friends with him, guys.
You hear how he's doing it?
That's a bit
You
weird.
hear what he's doing, right? He's saying he's made friends with them. Everything's peace
Yeah.
and peace. Let me tell you something about this guy. When he was asked about flat Earth, he said, nobody asks the right questions. All they got to do is ask me. They do a quick Google search. So when Nathan Thompson asked him at that convention or wherever it was about gas pressure out of container,
You can answer him.
he didn't answer him, right? And then he quick Google search and came up with what's his name? Blue Marble Science with the 3 containers.
Exactly, exactly. Original D Rose, thank you much for your $5 switch. He says, Danny Faulkner is a paid-for fraud perpetrating pseudoscience muppet for the establishment. Thank you very much for your switch. I agree. I do think he's a Mason. I think he is placed in the Christian establishment to try and derail Flat Earth from becoming the knowledge for the people in the churches. Why do you think he's going out of his way to churches everywhere?
And the thing is, I reckon you're right, because there's no way he can believe in accelerating. You can't believe that, surely.
Not if you're reading the Bible.
Nope.
Exactly, dude. Exactly, dude.
Skeptic936, thank you very much for another $2 super chat. Rocky says, right on D Rose. Yeah, right on D Rose. It's good to have you guys all here. But yeah, it's like I said, why is it that he's always getting invited to churches everywhere in America? This specific individual. Very weird.
Because he's in the club, man. There's wolves among the sheep.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised.
but he knows all about you, Flatzoid. He knows about Nathan, the Flat Earth debate. Why wouldn't he come to those? Shows that are really pinpointing the argument. They pick and choose who they want to find out about Flat Earth from.
Exactly. No, why would he want to go to the actual people that do know about the subject? Hey, Nachitika, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. There will be future book coverings from the site specifically about Faulkner. Awesome.
Called me back. He was a host of the first couple of meetings, and he called me just a couple of weeks ago, and we chatted for 45 minutes probably, and it was good. I do have friends in the Flat Earth movement. You don't have to treat them.
What Flat Earth movement? And how he says, I've got friends in the Flat Earth movement, the way he's saying it is like, maybe to me.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I'm going to pin the message, guys. If you want to go to Paula's channel there and go and site and do go read up. She's got awesome content for people, so do go ahead and read it up.
As a pariah. Also, I read numerous books from many over 100 years ago. And I read a number of articles, and I've watched far more hours of YouTube videos about it than I would care to even guess that I've done. So I've done my homework. I've looked at it at great depth. And you might say, well, didn't we settle this question 5 centuries ago with Christopher Columbus? Didn't he prove the earth as a globe? Well, no, we didn't actually settle it back then. You see, we settled it 2,500 years ago. And that's part of the problem is all of us were taught at an early age that what I...
That's the best way to put it, Nikita. I have friends in the Flat Earth movement too, lol. Yeah, how do we know he's making it up? I mean, who's his friends in the Flat Earth so-called movement? Good. Original D-Rose, thank you again for a $2 super chat. He says, left out the fact that Danny Faulkner is a liar. Yep. He does lie. Been caught out lying a few times. So yeah, thank you very much for the super chat, Original D-Rose. His book Falling Flat is full of fallacies. Yes, it is. He is trying his best to go out of his way to make Flat Earth look stupid by creating strawmans and fallacies and lying about Flat Earth. So yeah, it's definitely a book full of fallacies.
Charlie Wells, that's a bit cheeky, mate. YouTube, the ancient text of FE. I don't think so. It's not just not everybody just lands off YouTube. Don't be ridiculous.
Charlie, I came to Flat Earth before I was on YouTube getting it, by the way. So
Me too. But you know something? He does frequent 24/7, and this is what bothers me. I know they speak about celestial navigation there. I know they speak about the black swan there, and I know they speak about gas special out of container there. So what's his excuse, Mr. Faulkner?
Hey, Melissa, thank you for coming. Good to see you. Yeah, there's no excuse. If the guy's such an expert and he feels obliged to have this as his calling, then why is he not at the people actually having the discussions? I mean, we're right here, Danny. Where are you? Why are you going to people that know nothing about the argument and trying to muddy the waters? You see, this is how it works. You go to people that don't know about the argument yet, and you you make them look bad. You're muddying the waters. That's, you're just creating a stigma before the information gets to them, and then they'll just write it off as stupid. And that's a whole actual strategy that people in a cult do. Weird. Something like the Masons, what they do.
Yeah.
How do you think they get into power everywhere?
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Call the Columbus
Nobody's
myth.
claiming. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Nobody's claiming we have great minds.
Nope.
It's just we know the arguments. That's all.
Yeah, it's because we're in it every day. But why? Like my argument is, why is he not conversing with the people that's in this argument every day? Why is he going to people that are not in it?
He can't.
Mm-hmm. He's poisoning the well. Exactly, Oxbow. He's just poisoning the well.
That's it. Make tainting everything. That's it. Tainting things. Do you know? Who's it just said it? I just seen it. It was a good idea. Oh yeah, Richard G said you should make a black swan emoji. For the members, that'd be good.
Oh yeah, definitely. Ooh,
Black swan emoji. That'd be
there's
cool.
There's a few emojis I want to actually make, because at the moment it's just the normal stars that YouTube gives. But I want to start concentrating to make more specific members stuff for you guys, because I do appreciate all the members on the channel. And
we did get all the globe, sad globe, and globe dead, and globe heart, and all that, and the clown globe. Yeah. That was that's the ones that it came off my phone, wasn't it? And you managed to copy them, didn't you? Somehow.
Yeah.
I didn't. It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. We used it. They still get used. But you don't see them getting used as often as they used to.
Yeah, but like I was saying, I want to start making some more stuff to say I really appreciate the members, because I do appreciate the members of the show. So thank you very much for being a member again. At the moment, there is not really special stuff for the members, and I feel bad about that. That's because I'm always so busy.
So I'm saying I wouldn't feel bad. You're always busy, exactly.
But I mean, I feel I need to start doing some more. I tried a few times to do a members only video that was, that comes out for a day, and then the next day it's for everybody. I've tried that a few times.
That's the thing. Then you have to do if you think like that, then that you have to do member videos because of the members. Then you have to think I'm gonna have to do Patreon videos as well, and then it's just got to make you more busier. So I think everybody knows how busy you are, Flat. So I don't think anybody expects any extras. You know what I mean?
So if anybody has any ideas, what you would like as a member that I can do, I'd be more than happy to try. Just let me know.
That'll be cool. If I think of anything, I'll put it down there. But like I say, you work hard as it is, dude.
But I do try, guys.
You certainly do.
I do appreciate it. Okay, let's try again. So
hold on. No, that's what Derek says. It's more about brotherhood than membership, Keith. No worries, bro. That's brilliant. Bless, man.
But thank you very much, guys. I do appreciate it. Back to the argument. You see, he hasn't started with the Bible, and he's in a church. What has he gone to? Columbus.
Wow.
Weird, hey?
Why Columbus?
How many of you were taught when you were growing up that everybody thought the world was flat until 500 years ago? How many? Come on. Almost every hand should go up. And I was quite surprised when I was reading on my own in high school.
What? That's a lie? Television says, I want Rhapzoid.
Yeah, man. Rhapzoid. That's pretty good.
I'm not a rapper, guys, at all.
That's a good one. I want Rhapzoid.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay.
Taylor, that means Spud. Next one.
Okay, so I can make Rhapzoid videos for the members.
That's good. That's good.
I can do that. I can maybe do that. Do some Rhapzoid videos for the members then. Whew, okay. You guys put me in a spot. But I can do that probably. I actually want to do a collaboration with chocolate.
Yeah, man.
That would be good.
Yeah, I think that'll be something cool to see. Because chocolate is really awesome rapper, guys.
You want to get Face Reality and Chocolate and yourself and Eli and
there you go. Look at Michael.
Some.
Yeah, I think
Michael with the ideas.
Yeah, I think that'll be an awesome collaboration kind of thing. For sure.
Cheers, Neil.
Let me find out Michael's a promoter down the road.
Save our internet bullshit troll. Thank you for coming. Who am I banning? Or have I said anything about banning? Thank you very much for coming anyway.
School, probably sophomore year, I said, "Well, wait a minute. You mean people thought it was a globe before that?" Yeah. Turns out Pythagoras, you heard of him, Pythagorean theorem, around 6th century BC, he said that the earth is a globe.
And just because he said that, that makes it a globe now? Hey, yes, man, good to see you. Bob in America says UFOs exist and he's been abducted by aliens 20 times. Does that mean UFOs exist and he's been abducted by alien 20 times, guys?
No.
No, exactly.
That's all.
So because some guy in the 6th century BC said, "Ooh, the Earth's a globe, therefore it's a globe." No, that's not how it works, Mr. Faulkner. Hey, Yannick, thank you for coming. And Detective, it's good to see you.
Now, we don't have his writings. They don't survive. We do have later accounts of him, of what he said. But unfortunately, they don't record his reasons. We can only speculate about what those might have been. And then Parmenides in the 5th century also said the earth is a globe. And so it goes forward. Many, many people, by 400 BC or so, it was pretty well established.
Derek Nelson, you know, I've actually had arguments was the Bible proves aliens.
yeah, I've had that.
And then they don't understand the word aliens in the Bible refers to people from distant lands.
From different places, yeah. Even here, I mean, have you never heard the word of alienated?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Come on, guys.
It's crazy.
Ridiculous.
I've had that actual argument before. It's like, what the hell? But yeah, it's crazy.
Established in the Western world that the earth was a globe. And many people are shocked to learn that. Now, I will commend the flat earthers. They do raise some good points sometimes. They really do.
Wow.
And they raise some good questions many times.
Yes, we do.
And one of these is that they raise a very good epistemological study. And most of you are probably scratching your head saying, what? Well, epistemology is this word. And I've got the Merriam-Webster definition of it. It says it's a study or a theory of the nature and grounds of knowledge, especially with reference to its limits and validity. Again, that's kind of complicated. Let me put it in what Paul Harvey used to call short-sleeve English epistemology.
Okay, so far what I've been picking up from him in this is they paint him as this expert. He comes in trying to muddy the waters for Flat Earth, saying he's a friend of flat earthers, and now trying to make it sound like he's an expert by saying, "I know what the word epistemology is." Yeah, I know what the word epistemology is, and you guys don't. But it sounds a bit too complicated, so let me just tell you in simple terms. Is that what I'm getting? Yeah. So he's trying to.
That's what he's saying.
So he's trying to make himself to look like he's the arbiter of truth. He's the guy to go to.
Respect my authority.
He's the authority.
This is just
I'm the man with the answers, right?
This is just pure indoctrination in a church. Because why is he not debunking flat earth with Bible?
Exactly.
He can't.
I know he can't, but that's what he should be trying to do. He shouldn't just be waffling all kinds of rubbish. He's in a church. Should be using scripture.
I'm sorry, Michael. I keep stepping on you. Go ahead.
No, you're all right. Go on.
If I was in a church, I'd stand up and say, "Can you please go to Genesis chapter 1?"
That's it.
You don't even need to go further than chapter 1, and they got no answer for it. The only answer I get from them if you bring it up is they either ignore you, or they run away, or they just say, "Nuh-uh," and you can't take it literally. That's what I get from these guys. Because they have to make every excuse in the book not to converse about it.
Right.
Is how we know what we know. And there's a whole field of study dealing with that. How do you know certain things? And if you read about philosophy, going back to the ancient Greeks again, they ask that question a lot. You know, how do we know what we know? And how can we be sure of things and so forth? And so one question is, how do you know the earth is a globe? And when people ask me that question, I like to go with the classics, two of them that are due to Aristotle.
This is where Danny Faulkner fails flat on his face. Danny, the answer should be, how do I know it's a globe? Well, simple. We're in a church, so we should be talking about the scripture. And if God says it's a globe, therefore globe. That should be the answer.
Definitely.
Nope. He went to Aristotle.
He went to
He's going
Aristotle.
to go to the ancient Greeks.
Yeah,
He went
Aristotle
to pagan
on the bottle.
worshippers. He went to pagan worshippers in a church to be the authority on why he says it's a globe. Do you see the irony there?
He went to the alumni of his secret brotherhood is where he went to.
But I mean, this is when the Christians are supposed to be saying, hang on, why are you bringing up pagans as your authority to why it's a globe? But they're so indoctrinated they don't see this. They're just seeing him as this authority on the matter, so all the power to him.
Flats, there's just this guy keeps making bloody accounts to come in, lying for truth. It was allegedly bullshit a minute ago. He says, Flatzoid, you should probably get your mods under control. There you go. Paul's get rid of it.
Guys, for all you know, that's probably Media Don, guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's 4 accounts. He was whinging. I just banned one a minute ago, allegedly bullshitting, and he said he's been banned 4 times before that, and he came in with another account. So Flat says this. You get banned because they're idiots.
I got one statement for these guys: grow a pair of balls, and stop being so childish and trolling the channel. Then you won't be banned. How's that?
Do you think Paul is banning you and timing you out for no reason? No, he doesn't do that. He does it for a bloody reason, like I do it for a reason. You're not getting timed out or banned for nothing. You must have done something or said something or been stupid. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I see King Globe, what's his name? Has gone to sleep, so that's a good thing.
Oh, is he? All right, King Globe.
I haven't seen him in a while.
King Baller.
Yeah.
Flatzoid, I'll tell you what I've been thinking about just now. You're talking. This is something else though that this guy's going to a big church and speaking about it, because this wasn't happening 5 years ago.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's a good point, because he knows they have to infiltrate the church before they get the information, so they have to poison the well. Exactly. Why would they go to actual churches and start talking about it? Probably because it keeps coming up. Because the churches are getting the message. So they have to do everything they can to try and stop the message from coming out to everybody. Very good point.
And I like these because anybody can do these and see these for themselves. You don't have to worry about NASA giving you pictures from space or anything. You don't need that. You can do this on your own. And one of these is the fact that during a total lunar eclipse, the shape of the Earth's shadow is always...
And this was debunked on one of the streams. We saw an actual baller trying to do this demonstration, and the shadow showed totally different. Remember?
It did. Completely.
Why is he looking at the moon for the nature of Earth anyway?
Exactly.
No, he's saying
it seems that everybody keeps looking at the sky for what's going on in the Earth. I don't get it.
Oh yeah, did you guys see the drowning spacemen? They're going to start using snorkels now in their spacesuits.
Yeah, that's so crazy. What the hell? What the hell? That's more for the green screen to blank out. The CGI to blank out. You know what I mean? What they're playing at.
No, but what does that show you? They actually record underwater, but the excuse is no, it's their cooling system that's leaking or they're sweating. So yeah, they're literally on the verge of making it standard for an astronaut to use a snorkel in a vacuum.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Another one. Piss off. Bloody hell. Really silly this one was called. Idiot. That Nachiketa, space-proof, but not waterproof.
Exactly.
Circle. I've seen, I think now 17 total lunar eclipses and various other partial lunar eclipses, and I've confirmed this for myself. It's always circular. Now, this is a photograph I took a few years ago during a total lunar eclipse. I had a telescope, it's a Questar telescope, 3.5 inch. Anybody here do photography seriously? Anybody? Nobody? I was going to try to impress somebody. The focal length, on the Questar is 1,300 millimeters. Anybody that knows anything about lenses will tell you that's a whale of a telephoto lens.
Yeah, and why are you not pointing at the horizon then? That's a hell of a lens. Why are you not pointing it on the horizon? Instead, you're pointing it to the sky, and you're claiming it's a shadow. How, in the first instance, would you know it's a shadow? You're begging the question that it is a shadow. Secondly, just the fact that you say it's because a sphere in front of it shows you don't know how shadows work. When they do the actual demonstrations with spheres, it gives a different type of shadow. We showed this live on a stream where Baller actually tried to do the demonstration, and it debunked your claim now.
Exactly.
Weird.
So skeptic. Yeah, no problem, skeptic. No problem.
I think that 3000 millimeters is digital zoom though, Jeff. I think that it's only optical zoom till what? I'm not sure. But I think the 3000 is only digital zoom.
Hey, listen, if you think I'm a thick jock twat, don't come and watch, prick.
Don't let him get to him, man.
Yeah, well, I'm not. I'm just saying. Piss off.
PJ, just ignore the clowns. Look at this beautiful moon he's got up here.
Yeah, it is nice, isn't it? It is nice.
It's a beautiful picture, that I have to give him that. At least he got it in focus.
He called me a jock twat.
And it runs circles around the P900
say
and
it
the
to my
P1000.
face.
I'm going to make a shirt about that. Say it to my face.
Say it to my face. Yes, that's a good one.
I think that could be a cool shirt. Say it to my face.
You should say it. It should be Keyboard Warriors. Say it to my face. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's an awesome idea.
Isn't it? Keyboard Warriors. Say it to my face.
And the Nikon mix, it really does. It's optically far better, and it's got a longer focal length by quite a bit over what those bridge cameras have. So I attached my digital SLR camera to the telescope, and this has not been altered at all. This is just the JPEG image that I got out of it. It nearly fills the frame in the landscape mode here vertically. They designed the telescope that way so you nearly fill the frame up with the sun or the moon.
Yeah, it's a full frame. Congratulations. So you
What
can.
is his point like?
Yeah, he's trying to sound like an expert. That's what his point is. Remember, the more information he can push to the people to try and sound like he's an expert on the matter, the more likely it is that the people that's ignorant is going to be gullible and just say, oh yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about. So no matter what he brings up, he can say Smarties are actually purple, but because of daylight they change color, and they'll believe him just because he is authority. You understand?
I wonder if he's going to go to the Bible at all.
I'm waiting for that. I hope he does.
Doesn't seem likely. Yeah, me too. Oh, hold on, skeptic. You're so skeptic. You PG, you're so quick on the trigger. I do try. Paul's quicker than me.
Godzilla 37 full frame. This globe, exactly. Just because it's full frame, that means it's globe. What the hell?
Wow.
This is about I think a 13-second exposure taken during totality. It's a little reddish looking because
There's nothing wrong with digital zoom, James. The difference is the digital zoom only magnifies the already optical zoom. That's all it does.
as you probably know, lunar eclipses do that. There's an explanation for that I won't go into. There's a star to the upper left that you can see. That star wouldn't show up ordinarily when the moon's bright because the moon's too bright. You have to take a very short exposure to capture the moon without overexposing it. 13 seconds is an awful long time. I think the ISO is 400 or 800, probably 800 when I took this. It's also deeper red and darker at the bottom because it's near the center of the Earth's shadow. Up.
All these claims he's making. How is he proving
the
them?
Earth's shadow?
Yeah.
How does he know?
And he's saying where it is situated, why it's darker there. It's amazing the claims this guy's making. How is he going to prove these claims? Or is it just him making a claim? I know, it's just him making a claim. So there's not actual evidence for this? This is called circular reasoning, guys. It looks like a shadow, so therefore it is a shadow.
Near the top,
hold on, Flats. Hold on a sec. Robin gets it wrong. Another one. He said, "Oh, come on. You know you are a thick jock twat. I'm not the first person to tell you this, Sally." To be honest, no, you are the first person to tell me I'm thick, because most people tell me I'm quite intelligent, to be honest. So, yeah, you are the first person.
So you're a thick jock coward now.
And a thick jock twat coward. Oh, goodness. I love it.
They're trying to rail us off of the show. Have you realized that?
I know, right? Yeah, sorry, it keeps going. Let's go.
You're right.
Let's go.
I just noticed that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're doing. Yeah, just ban him and that's it. Don't talk about him. Sorry, dude. It's my fault.
If they send a super chat, we'll talk to them.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, exactly.
It's less dark, it's brighter, and it's less red. It actually still is quite dark. Remember, this is like a 13-second exposure. Now, I took a bunch of photographs during the totality, but also before and after totality. It's preceded by partial phases. And here is one of those pictures. I'm reproducing this smaller than the last one. And you can see there that there is a dark shadow in the moon. It's normally full, and it should be fully lit. And can you tell the shape of that shadow? Well, I can show you one after the eclipse. These were taken.
Thank you, Skeptic936, for the $10 super chat. He says, Danny Faulkner is a globe muppet, all talk and no walk. I 100% agree. Thank you very much. Hey, look, it looks like Mickey Mouse.
Ain't it? Yeah, nice one, Spud. Appeal to credentials fallacy, PG.
I'll probably make a cut video out on this argument of his where he talks about this, and then I'll show the demonstration from a globe showing it's not the case is what he's claiming. But yeah, Danny Faulkner, this has been debunked by actual demonstration from a globe trying to prove this exact point.
Like a half hour before and a half hour after totality, and the moon was moving from right to left through the Earth's shadow. Now, can you see the shape of the shadow? Well, if you're really not seeing it, I can help you out. I can draw it in for you.
Oh, gee, thank you.
Wow,
nice one.
Everybody's so dumb they can't even see it.
Yeah, it's nice of him to do that, isn't it? He was really helpful.
Oh yeah. I mean, we didn't be able to see that.
No, of course not.
Exactly. Like I said, Skeptic again. Thank you for your super chat, mate. But yeah, you see what I'm saying? What he's doing, he's going out of his way to make himself look intelligent. So it's like he's actually being condescending to the congregation by saying, you guys are too stupid to know what a definition.
Epistemology.
Yeah, I can never pronounce it properly. Epistemology is. And then he goes and says, look here, it's a shadow, but you guys can't see the shape, so let me draw it on for you. Then he wants to go and explain focal length and crop size like people are dumb. So his whole argument is, let me try push my ego up by showing how knowledgeable I am, and I'm the authority, and you guys are dumb, so therefore you have to listen to me. That's what I'm reading off of this whole thing so far. Or am I getting this wrong? I mean, I would get offended if I'm in that congregation. The guy comes and says, you guys don't know what this definition is. You don't know what this shadow is. You can't see this shadow here. You don't know what focal length is. All the guy's doing the whole time is saying, you don't know. Let me explain it to you.
Yeah.
And that, yeah.
What he's doing is he's affirming his position as teacher.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That, and it turns out the shadow of the moon of the Earth, the Earth's umbra is about 5/3 the size of the moon. It's actually larger than the moon is. And that's why you can have total eclipses. If it weren't as big as the moon was, you would never have total lunar eclipses, but it is larger. It's about 5,000 miles across, and the moon's only about 2,000 miles across. As I said, Aristotle wrote about this in a book called On the Heavens, that he wrote around 350 BC, but he had other reasons. One is the altitude of stars in the northern and southern parts of the sky. And
still appealing to pagans for his arguments. A Digital D Rose, thank you very much for your $2 super chat. Really appreciate it. He says Danny Faulkner projects shit.
Basically, fundamentally. There you go.
Thank you very much for the super chat, the original D Rose.
What
Really
is he
appreciate
talking
it.
about? Sorry, was he talking about the 2-star rotations?
It looks like that. Aristotle thought the Earth was spherical. Altitude of the stars in the northern southern skies. How does he know the altitude of the stars to begin with?
Yeah, how?
Hey, Chow Young Cat, thank you for coming. Godzilla37 for $2 super chat again. He says, "Is that what smell is, D Rose? Is that what that smell is?" Thank you very much for that. And Skeptic 936 as well for $2 super chat says, "That's what I see, D." Thank you very much. You guys rock. Really appreciate the super chats, guys. Yeah, the guys' arguments are shit. Hey, Dave Angel, thank you for coming. Good to see you. But yeah, thank you for all the super chats. You guys are awesome. Really appreciate it. So yeah, he's making an argument saying the altitude of the stars. How do you know the altitude of the stars? How did Aristotle know the altitude of the stars?
There's no way.
Do you understand? It's an apparent position, guys, not an actual. Chow Young Cat for being a member for 3 months. Wow, awesome. Thank you very much. He says, "Hello, Godzilla37. Hi, Flatzoid. Hello, folks." Thank you very much for the shout out. Chow Young Cat, good to see you.
Chow.
When 10th we had a citation where it says altitude used in that sense is a special meaning of the word.
I mean, we've been through this many times. You can look at a row of lampposts. The altitude, apparent altitude, looks like it's lower the further it gets away due to perspective. It's not physically dropping, it only appears that way. And that's exactly what it does with the stars. If you're moving further away from it, it appears to drop in apparent altitude based on your position. It's not physically dropping. It's got nothing to do with the height.
You're right, Michael. Altitude in celestial navigation is not to do with the height, but the elevation angle.
Exactly. It's a measurement. It's only an angular measurement. It's an apparent angular measurement.
Some of you will recognize where this photograph was taken. It's just outside of Mzara's restaurant at the Ark Encounter. And you're not going to see this yourself because this is at night. A few years ago, an amateur...
Look, if I ever had to go to the Ark Encounter, bet them $1. If I find any of these guys, I will be flat smacking them.
I was there. I went there and I was.
Because if I find any of the guys from Answers in Genesis there, I will be asking them a few questions I think that will not be very difficult for them to answer.
Yeah, they don't even know Genesis.
It's an amazing, let me tell you something though. It's an amazing site. The thing is huge.
It looks awesome. That I'm not going to say. It looks awesome.
It does look big.
Don't they claim though the dinosaurs are also created and walked with us and stuff?
Yeah, they were in there. There was dinosaurs in the Ark. The thing is so massive that they had all different sections, and they did have a section of dinosaur, which I was against that because I don't have no proof of dinosaur.
You know where their proof of dinosaurs is. Before I say that, I say the Rachel Deros for another $2 super chat. Thank you very much. Says astrometric monkey shit tossing mania.
I told you. Original D-Rose got bars. Man, bars.
Thank you very much, Original D-Rose, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Oh, man.
Wait a sec. I thought chocolate had bars.
Chocolate bars. So where were we? Oh, yeah, dinosaurs. You know what their argument is? If you read in Genesis, God created all walking, living things. So therefore, dinosaurs were part of that.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, Skeptic 936, good to see you, man. $2 super chat again. Thank you very much. He says D Rose 100%. No, it should be D Rose 1,000%.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for the super chat, mate. But how did they all get all those animals in the boat? And where did all the water come from? And how did he know how to build it? Ask the person who thinks everything came from nothing. Very good questions.
Wait Wait, did he say how did he get the animals on the boat?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you read his Bible, they came in the boat on their own.
Mm-hmm.
God called them into the boat, and they just entered into the boat.
And it was a supernatural event. So
Correct.
And it was God who sealed Ark up as well.
Uh-huh.
Of course, yeah, he shut the door. God shut the door.
Because you always get the argument, oh, the ark is too small to house all the species and blah, 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 blah. Again, it is a supernatural event.
He could have put them to sleep or anything in some kind of hibernation. You don't know. You know what I mean?
Listen, go to that place. When you see how big this thing is in real life, you will not question how did he get the animals.
And I mean,
fit.
And who said that the animals were fully grown?
Exactly. They could have been kids.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you have a little baby elephant there, it's not going to be the same as a full-grown male elephant, you understand? And if God puts them in hibernation, you can have a rhino sleeping next to a lion. That's not going to make a difference.
Astronomer friend of mine. He's a pastor of a church, supporter of AIG. He comes to the pastor's conference every year because he's a pastor too, bivocational. And we got permission to go to the Ark Encounter and spend half the night. And it took a while to get the lights turned off. They're not like switches someplace. They're circuit breakers. And can you get those lights over there turned off? And they had to look for them for half an hour. Okay, that's good. Can you get these over here? And it took a long while to get them down. And my friend set up his camera out there and took a 30-minute exposure. And you can see the stars making this circular pattern, concentric. And near the middle, there's a little dot right above the...
Yeah, the pole star. Yeah. Nice way to try and show you don't understand how star rotation works. Keyword just star rotation, not Earth rotation.
Exactly. I mean, it doesn't even feel, if you look up in the sky, if you've seen that in the sky, if you could see it like that, you wouldn't think that's moving. You would think the sky is moving.
Spuddy asked me, Flatzoid, does your spray room work with negative pressure extraction fans with passive income? What? No, how it works is it circulates the air. So it's pushing air in from the top and it's extracting the air through the floor. So it's pushing and extracting at the same time. That's why also when I have the burners on, the air pressure inside is at it's higher. So when I'm spraying and it's hotter, I got more pressure inside the spray room, the spray booth, and when it's colder, I got less pressure inside the spray booth.
And you can feel that pressure on doors when you're opening them.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's quite exciting. I mean, it's definitely got a higher pressure when it's hotter. So if I open the door, it pushes that air out. You can feel it. But if it's colder, sometimes you can close and it doesn't feel like it's really pushing it out. Almost like it's pulling it in.
The bow fin on the Ark, that is Polaris, what we call the North Star. And as it turns out, the sky is observed to spin around the sky around a point we call the North Celestial Pole. It's about 3/4 of a degree from Polaris. So Polaris actually goes through a small circle. I've got a time-lapse video I did with a telescope with a 440 millimeter focal length. And I took photographs over about 10 hours, I believe. And I've got this time-lapse video where the...
Danny boy. 10 minutes in and you still haven't given one Bible verse and you're in a church. Wow.
Where Polaris actually spins around, showing you that's the case. It's not motionless. It actually does have a slight turn. And I would interpret that as being the rotation axis of the Earth pointing in that direction. And either the sky is spinning around.
You're laughing at this as well.
That's funny. Does the Bible say that the Earth is moving?
No.
No, it says immovable, steadfast.
And where does it say the Earth is pointing anywhere? Even in the heliocentric model. There's no up and down, according to them, remember? So there's no pointing anywhere.
That axis, or the Earth is spinning around that axis. And observationally, you can't distinguish between those two. But it is spinning around that point in the sky. And
No. The stars are moving in their cycles for times and seasons, like the Bible says, Danny. So instead, let me get it straight. This guy goes to a church, preaches pagan beliefs as his reason why it's a globe, and says it's the earth moving and not the stars, contradicting exactly what the Bible says. In a church.
He deserves a pie. He deserves a pie to the face.
Taylor, if you want to spray bikes in the garage, I'd say the best thing to do is seal up the garage as good as you can and put an extraction fan in so it will suck all the air out. But make sure you clean the garage nice and maybe wet the floors first so there's less dust as possible. What I used to do, what I can do is you can take Velcro strips with, you get those drop sheets that you get for painting walls and stuff. Get a whole bunch of them because they're nice and thick, and you can stick Velcro to the edges of them, and you Velcro it together so you can make yourself a makeshift booth like that, and then you just stick an extraction fan through a hole there that it can suck all the bad fumes out, and on the other side put a fan that's pushing in, so it's letting fresh air in and it's pulling the bad fumes out the other side. That would be my tidbit to create your own little spray booth for the bike. Or if you want to go very easy, you actually can buy mobile spray booths. Actually, they're actually inexpensive. They're not that expensive. You can you get different types. My favorite one is it's an inflatable one, like a jumping castle. You actually drive the car in, and it just inflates it like a jumping castle around it, and it's got a zip and everything. Or you get the makeshift that's almost like a gazebo. Gazebos are actually also the best. If you got a gazebo, you get the Velcro wallings you can just put on. Like I said, just put your own extraction fan. The tent can also work perfect. Velcro and Tang. Thanks, NASA. Yeah, use their $1 billion Velcro strips, guys. Then you know it will take that immense force.
Of course it will.
Or it's easier just to buy the bike in the color you want. That also makes sense.
Oh. True.
Illustrate what I'm talking about here. That angle you see that Polaris makes, or that north celestial pole, that angle it makes is equal to your latitude. For around the arc, it's a little less than 39 degrees. But if you go farther north, it's going to be higher. If you go farther south, it's going to be lower. Let me illustrate what's going on. This green circle represents the Earth, and then you've got this vertical line going through it that represents the rotation axis of the Earth. And so if you extended that rotation axis of the Earth up above and down below, that would intersect the sky in the north celestial pole and the south celestial pole, and Polaris, or the North Star, is really close to that point. For the sake of argument, let me just say Polaris, or the North Star, rather than the north celestial pole. Good enough. Now, halfway between, that would be the equator. That's your line there. And let me pick a location on the Earth, say the Ark Encounter, and right there.
Sorry, do you see the stars from the center of Earth?
I don't.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, interesting.
Where's he gonna get angle measurements on that globe there?
I know.
Where is making a 90-degree angle?
You need a baseline.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna dig himself a hole now when he gives an angular measurement, because if you're taking that angular measurement, it's from the surface of Earth. They go and take this 90-degree angle that is on top of the face of the Earth, and they literally transpose it to the center of the Earth, hence equatorial plane. It's measured flat, and then calculated as a globe.
I'm going to draw a line from the center of the Earth to that point up on the surface of the Earth. And I think most of you would recognize from school that the angle between the equator that I drew, the horizontal line, and that second line I just drew there is equal to your latitude. Again, I suggested it's a little less than halfway, 45.
Danny, why don't you show the people first how you actually made that measurement? Why don't you show them you stood on the earth with a 90-degree angle horizontal baseline and then transposed it to the center of earth, where you do not ever stand, by the way, and say therefore globe.
Yeah, all the measurements they're getting from the surface. You're right.
Exactly.
And they're transposing them and putting it in an equatorial plane.
Mm-hmm.
Degrees would be halfway, and you can see it's a little less, so it's close to 39 degrees. Now, if you're standing at that end of that point, the Earth is going to block the view of everything to the lower left. You can see everything to the other right. There's a plane that's tangent to...
Tell me you don't understand how perspective works without telling me. Danny Faulkner.
There's a plane that's tangent?
I know, what's that? You said a plane.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's a tangent, guys? Would it be a straight line?
It's a straight line that meets the curve, where the point meets the curved surface, yeah.
But what straight line do they have? There's no straight line.
They ain't got a baseline.
Last time I checked, there's no such thing as no refraction day.
The Earth at that point, and that will define your horizon. Let me just suggest what it looks like there. A little circle there. Now you see it on the edge. It's going to be kind of foreshortened, and that's going to be your horizon. It actually.
That's also false, Danny. Your horizon is not that big.
Wow.
Does he realize that?
It's like.
That's like he knows the measurements, Flatzoid. What's the measurements?
That's the rings of Saturn. That's ridiculous.
That's a good one. Rings of Saturn. Wow. So he's claiming that's your horizon. That's a big horizon, guys.
Yeah, it is.
The horizon was 3959, the radius of Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
They do believe flat earthers can see forever, but that's not a flat earth demonstration. So what's he talking about?
Let me ask you ridiculous. A question. Did you ever see a horizon and a horizon that was circular?
Never.
Every horizon I see is level.
Absolutely.
I mean, last time I checked, horizon derived from horizontal.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
That's it. It's in the word.
Extend out way up above to the upper left and to the lower right, but I'm just showing you that. And the sky does have a dome-like appearance to us. Doesn't mean it is a dome. It's just the appearance we get because.
Weird.
So he's conceding. So he's conceding the dome is only perspective-based, correct?
Yeah.
And then they say, "Oh, you're not getting your linear function." That's your linear function, guys. That angular measurement, aka the protractor, because that's like a protractor, is what? It is set on a horizontal baseline. So that's why you got the arc, your 60 nautical miles per degree. Thank you, Danny.
Because when we're looking in the sky, things are so far away, we don't have depth perception. Everything in the sky appears to be the same distance away from us. So if I'm standing here, if I look at an object over here and over here and over here and over here and over here, and they all seem to be the same distance from me, that defines a hemisphere, doesn't it? Very easily. It doesn't mean they're that far away, just means we lack depth perception to do that. We only see in 2D when things are far enough away we can't use our stereoscopic vision of our two eyeballs.
And also throwing away parallax then. Congratulations.
Now I could draw a line from my position on the Earth there parallel to that rotation axis. And
see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and this guy's begging the question. He hasn't proved Earth's movement. He hasn't proved Earth's sphere.
No.
He's working on assumptions here.
Yeah, like I said, he's begging the question.
I'm still waiting for him to provide scripture for his claim.
No, that's not going to happen.
He's in a church, for Pete's sake. And I haven't seen one scripture presented yet. If you go to church and you are giving an argument in a church, it would be wise to bring up an argument based on scripture, not pagan belief systems and geometry that he totally ignores that was taken from a horizontal.
And then I can draw another line that's tangent to the earth right there. That would represent my north direction. And that angle between those two lines I just drew is the same as the angle between those other two lines I drew earlier. That's equal to your latitude. I don't have time to go through this, but it's a very nice geometry proof. If you've taken geometry, you can go through this and show this. It's not very difficult to do that. Now, that's what the sky looks like where I would live, and the stars would all spin around that vertical line that I drew at my location. Notice that the stars on the upper...
Did he just say the stars will rotate around?
Yeah.
So not the Earth. So not the Earth rotating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's just proving our points, isn't he?
Danny Faulkner, Mr. Boy, Danny Boy. The Pied Pipers are calling. Oh.
Upper left there are going to be real low in the northern horizon. The other direction to the south, they're going to be lower in the sky. Now, what happens if I go farther north on the earth, say up into Canada somewhere? It's going to look like that, isn't it? Let me toggle back and forth. Kentucky, Ontario, Kentucky, Ontario, Kentucky, Ontario, Kentucky, Ontario. And
why are you not showing the horizontal, Mr. Faulkner? Because you know the circle of equal altitude you're claiming to have has to be on the same plane of reference. And that would not be 90 degrees, and that would not be 90 degrees based on your geometry you just showed. So in other words, it's not an angular measurement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Godzilla, that's right. The blind leading the blind.
Faciality, thank you very much for your $2 super chat, mate. Thank you for coming. How are we seeing the sun 93 million miles away, Danny boy? Exactly. Mm-hmm. We can't even see the Eiffel Tower from England, for Pete's sake.
Nope.
It's crazy. And that's making no matter how high you are, by the way.
I can't see Harvey, and he's on the other end of the room. I'm only joking. No.
Danny boy, the globe is calling.
Again, that angle.
Original D-Rose again with a $5 super chat. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. He says, even if their radius is 3959, 7,918 or 15,836 tangent to the Earth would have to be and could only be leveled horizontal flat. Welcome to Flat Earth. 100% spot on there, Original D-Rose. 100% spot on. It has to have a base that is level, horizontal, flat. Thank you very much for the super chat.
And you were right, Neil, though. You said it was got to be a super chat day. You were right, Neil.
Yeah, definitely.
There between those two lines, the last two and the latitude are going to be the same. And this talks about what I'm saying there, that the Earth, the North Celestial Pole or the Polaris gets higher and it's equal to your latitude. In fact, for every 69 statute miles or 60 nautical miles you travel northward, the North Star is going to get 1 degree higher.
It doesn't physically get higher, Danny.
Oh my God.
How much times do we have to explain this to the people? It's dropping with apparent altitude due to perspective. Retro Bull, thank you for coming. $10 super chat. Really, really appreciate it. He says, am I seeing this right? In the cartoon, the star trail wheel is parallel to the Earth's surface, like a wheel on the ceiling. In the pic, the wheel appears perpendicular, like a wheel attached to the wall. It's crazy. Yeah, the problem is that the ground they're claiming is spherical, so it's not horizontal. That horizontal that he's making there is a arbitrary line in space, and then they transpose it based on the equatorial plane. So they have to take it and move it to the center of Earth and say, you see, it's a globe. But thank you very much for the super chat, Retro Bull. Really appreciate it, mate.
And for every 69 statute miles you go southward, it's going to get that much lower in the sky. Ditto, stars in the southern part of the sky are going to get higher and lower too. There are stars I can see in Kentucky down in the south you cannot see in Ontario because of this. And it's very monotonic in that behavior. Now, flat earthers sometimes say, well, we can, by moving on our flat earth, we can, Polaris is going to appear higher and lower. Yes, it will. However, it will not shift 1 degree in altitude for every 69 miles you go.
Wow, that's a claim.
Yeah.
What does he base that claim on? It's amazing that they just make a claim and just say, this is how it would work on a flat earth, and so therefore it doesn't work. Go and actually show us how you came up with that claim. Show us.
Hey, Flatzoid, when did he start with this diagram? Do you know the timestamp of that?
About 10 minutes.
10 minutes ago? Okay.
It was about 10 minutes, so it's going on almost
10
like,
minutes in?
it's going on to about 5 minutes with this diagram now.
Okay.
If I remember. Let's quickly check. I'm going to remember 14 minutes, 19 seconds.
It's been presenting it for about 9 minutes or so.
Yep, 10 minutes. 10 minutes, 30 seconds.
Thank you.
It's now 14.
10 minutes of pure waffle.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it out. I'm going to send that part to Nathan. Nathan's going to have a field day with this.
They're gonna have fun with that.
Awful waffle.
Yep.
Not shift 1 degree in altitude for every 69 miles you go. That's just the reality of geometry.
Yeah, okay, let's go show you the reality of geometry, Mr. Faulkner. We've been showing this before, but we'll do it again. The reality of geometry. It's like he's never picked up a protractor in his life before. Okay, first of all, this math equation here, sitting here, this math problem here, someone's mic is really...
Somebody's not on mute.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was me. My the earphones came out my ears. I stood up and they just came out. Sorry, it was me.
Hey, Shifty Eyes, good to see you. Anyway, Danny Faulkner, what is a 90-degree angle? This would be a 90-degree angle. Okay? So, it depends what angular measurement the person's making, it would give the co-altitude angle. Let's just go to any arbitrary position. What's he doing here? He's measuring a 60-degree angle. So, what are we going to measure? What's he going to measure? He's going to take his 90 degrees. He's going to minus 60 to get his co-altitude angle, which would be 30 degrees. So that means it has already dropped by 30 degrees in apparent angular measurement. Then you're going to times it by 60 because that is based on the arc of the measurement, which gives you your distance. That's why you have what you have. Now let's go down to this here. You see that field of view? That is simply the arc that you're measuring. It's like a protractor. You're measuring an angle around the arc. He even considered the celestial sphere, remember? Based on perspective. So if it's following your perspective, field of view, bubble or arc, you can say, that is why you get 60 degrees per nautical mile. Welcome to Flat Earth, Mr. Danny Boy. I mean, this is like...
If a flat earther understands the aspects of the sky, he's going to see that will not work in their model. By the way,
what model?
We don't have a model.
Yeah, what model? And we just explained it to you, Danny.
I've never had a model ever. Don't know what he's talking about.
And their model was derived from, elevation angles to Polaris anyway.
Yep.
So their model is from flat Earth measurements.
Exactly.
Their incomplete model.
Mm-hmm.
Their globe, should I say.
Wait, what happens if I go to the southern hemisphere? Well,
what hemisphere? Again, begging the question.
Well, it's going to look something like this. There's a rotation axis, the equator. There's a location down there, down south. I can put in my little horizon, and there's my dome. And notice that the North Star cannot be seen.
Oh, I wonder why.
Weird.
Maybe
he thinks there's stars under our feet.
But maybe you're looking in the wrong direction too. Ever thought of that? I mean, he's claiming this is the direction you're looking, and he's claiming the North Star is in that direction.
16% left.
I mean, think about it. If you're looking west and you're trying to see something that's east, are you going to see something that's east?
No, not unless the back of your head's got eyes.
Yeah, he's looking under his feet.
Exactly.
But the south celestial pole can be seen. There are 2 points in the sky around which the stars appear to spin. That works perfectly well on a spherical Earth. It doesn't work at all on the flat Earth model. Okay, those are 2 evidence that Aristotle talked about in 350 BC. If you want more evidence, in the 1st century AD, Pliny the Elder wrote.
Hey guys, did he just say
Matthew.
that? Did he say stars in the south move from the west to the east?
Exactly.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
The moron doesn't
Everything-
understand.
Go ahead, Flats.
The moron doesn't understand. It's got to do with your position.
Yeah.
It's not the star. I'm going to make this very clear for anybody that hasn't heard this. The stars do not rotate in opposite directions. They rotate exactly the same direction, always.
Yeah. Yep.
It's based
And what way is that?
east to west.
East to west. Yeah.
Thank you.
And remember, what the keywords are: stars are rotating, not the
That's exactly
Earth.
right. Yeah.
And he said
Exactly.
stars rotating, by the way, guys.
He did say that. He has been saying that from the start.
So, guys,
So if he has the Earth spinning, then he's got the Earth spinning in 2 different directions to give you 2 different star rotations.
exactly.
Well,
How's that happening?
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't.
I mean, it must be the northern hemisphere. It must be screwed in the middle, no, like an attachment in the middle. So the northern hemisphere spins one way,
Right.
and the southern hemisphere spins the other. It's like
Yes.
big ball bearings in the middle, you know. So it spins the opposite. Wicked. That's how it works. We know. Sorted. Let's pack up flat Earth and go into a spinny opposite direction globe.
Okay,
No, thank you.
you guys can see this on screen, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. This is the stars rotating from east to west. Now, I'm in the south and I'm looking northerly. Which way is the stars coming from me? It's coming from right to left, correct?
Yeah, right to left. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong screen. I was looking at the YouTube screen.
Okay.
And it hadn't been written in yet.
Now, let's go to the north and look south. Which direction is it going to seem to rotate now?
Right to left.
No, left.
No, sorry,
right.
left to right. Sorry, it was right. Sorry.
Let's do this
I
way.
was just gonna make. I knew it was the opposite way. I just thought you said it in the last one.
Let's do it this way.
It's the same kind of thing. If you remember Michael's car video, it's exactly the same. Michael's car video, I think that's the proper demonstration for it. It's a good demonstration for it.
Yeah. Now let's do it this way. Remember, I'm now standing south, looking north. It's still rotating east to west. It looks like it's coming from the west.
Yeah.
Let's go back. What do we see now? I'm looking south from the north. It's still rotating east to west. It's coming
It's
from
coming from
my
the
right
east.
to left.
To the east. Yeah.
And that is
yeah.
what we observe. That's why when you stand at the so-called equator, I'm going to say this very plainly again. If you stand at the so-called equator, the stars are always moving in the same direction. Now they say, oh, it looks like it's going this way and looks like it's going that way. So therefore it has opposite star rotations. It's the same bloody direction.
And once
It is.
again, if he would have just read his Bible, he would have known that.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
I do hope he brings up his Bible, guys. I really hope so.
The sad thing is my son, he always comes to this 2 points in the sky nonsense. No matter how I explain it to him, he just always comes back to that. So
I think the best thing to do, Neil, he's got toy cars, or is he too old for that?
No, he's got a channel where he reviews toys. So
okay, cool. So he's probably got some toy cars. So what he can do is make a makeshift road for him. Okay? Then draw like we just did. Put a north, south, and east on that makeshift road. Take the car, make him stand on the one side of the road, and move the car from one side to the other. Then you tell him, okay, now move to the other side of the road and look again. And do exactly the same. And make him explain it to you. See what he comes out with.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
I did it, but I'm going to do it. I explained it, but I'm going to do it a demonstration, like you said.
Because I think if he gets the actual demonstration and he has to try and explain it back to you, he might just click.
Yeah. How old did you say he was, Neil?
Oh, he's 20.
Oh, right. So he's an adult. He's an adult then, pretty much. Yeah. He's an adult. He's an adult in the UK, but in the States, he's still got a year before he's an adult, isn't he? That's mad. He's an adult when he's 18 in the UK.
Really?
And then yeah. You're an adult at 18.
He's a good kid. I got all good kids, but this one is stuck on this sphere Earth, and now he's into the quantum mechanics.
Right.
He's taking it. He's not doing it right.
Chow, thank you very much for gifting one membership. Really appreciate it. Owen, welcome to become a member. Say thank you to Chow Young Cat. Thank you very, very much, Chow Young Cat, for gifting a membership. Really appreciate it. Yeah, that's the problem, especially when the children get into universities and stuff today, or they go to colleges. Their brains are so mushed into believing globe nonsense that they're going to... unfortunately, it's going to be very hard to get them out of that habit. I mean...
That's right.
The peer pressure that they get from when they're in the education system is insane. How much even youngsters are Christians and they went to university or college or whatever, and they end up coming out as atheists or whatever because they're getting pushed and bombarded every day by everyone. Remember, repeating something enough, you'll end up just believing it. So they're going to repeat the same nonsense. God's not real or whatever, or the globe. It's a globe. We have this equation. It works, so therefore it's a globe. After a while, if you're studying it and it's just getting sucked into your brain constantly, people get caught out and they end up just believing it. So that's why you get a lot of atheists coming out of universities and stuff today, because they get peer pressured into it. They get, how can I say, mind control. It's exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what MK Ultra was about.
Yeah. Yep.
He said, as ships move away, they disappear bottom first. The hull disappears and finally up and up.
Hey, Mr. Andrew, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming.
And the sail disappears. If a ship's coming towards you, the reverse happens. The sail is visible first, and then as it comes closer, more of the ship is revealed down to the hull. Now, I suspect without optical aid, that's going to be very difficult to do, but I think he understood that this would happen if you could see that well. But there was something he did know about for sure. If a person is on top of the mast and you're sailing towards land, you are going to see the land up there before you will see it on the deck of the ship.
Yeah, it's called field of view. It's called field of view, Danny.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy. That's so simple. That's simple.
That's got
really
nothing
simple,
to do with the shape of the Earth. Absolutely
Wow. He still thinks the horizon's Earth curve. Oh boy.
It must be an actual position, the horizon, is it? You know what I mean? Where is it?
And I mean, this video was a day ago or something. So, Danny, you're in 2023 and you're still giving this argument.
That's why they put a crow's nest on top to do that. And this is incontrovertible. So if the earth...
Okay. Sorry that I have to do this again. Because the guy just doesn't understand how angles work. Let's have the crow's nest on a pole, for instance, okay? We're going to put a crow's nest here, we're going to put a crow's nest here, and a crow's nest here, whatever. Here's the boat, and then obviously we got the water underneath. Let's see, Danny. Oh, Danny boy. What's going to happen with your field of view? Yeah. Okay. Gonna go out like that, and it's gonna go out. Now let's go here. Can you already see the difference between this angle?
Yeah.
Do you see the rise in angle here, Danny?
Yeah.
You're pushing out your field of view further. Now what happens? Let's put it even higher. It's gonna keep on going further. What is the difference between here? Or how about here? There's a big angular distance. Danny, you just push your field of view out further.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with the shape whatsoever.
He doesn't know how perspective works.
That's it.
Not at all. And he had the audacity to talk about foreshortening.
Yeah, of course. They always say that they know what perspective is, but then they'll just give you off the graphic and say it's taken into account.
There's a globe, then you would expect that as a ship moves away, that you ought to see less and less of the bottom of the ship. Now, if the Earth is flat, that's not going to be the case.
False. We have actual demonstrations showing this. I actually got one. I've got on my phone. I just still have to put it on my computer. I've done another demonstration with bottom-up obstruction. Again, the bolt on the aluminium flat bar. I actually painted the bolt red at the bottom. And the nice thing is I'm using 4K video footage this time. So people can't say, oh, it's just because it's out of focus and it's looking rubbish. It's very pixelated. Nope. 4K, people.
Nice.
And it gives exactly the same results. And I give reference to I'm above the surface the whole time. So hopefully I can get that video sorted out tomorrow to bring it out. Bottom-up obstruction on flat surfaces, Danny. Just because you say it doesn't happen on a flat earth doesn't make it so. It just means you're lying.
It moves away. So it's a very good test between the two. And so I've done this. I don't live near a large body of water, but about 6 years ago, I was visiting in Virginia Beach. And so there's a major port there. And I went out to the beach one day and I set the telescope I told about before, the Questar, 1300 millimeter focal length. I set it up near the water there on the bay. And I set up the telescope and the camera. And I think it was about 6 feet above the water, level of the water. Not quite sure about that. I wanted to avoid waves lapping up at me at some point. And I watched some ships come and go. Here's a container ship, one in particular. On the side there, it says the NYK line. That's a major Japanese shipping firm. You may have seen their ships before. And you see a bunch of about 7 stacks that are visible there of containers.
Yeah, and I want to ask you something, Danny. Those containers, is that an angular size we're seeing there or a physical size? Are those containers apparently smaller or are they physically smaller, Danny?
I think I would go with the latter.
Now what happens to
this cow big? Go ahead.
Yeah, cow big, away cow small. Now look at the whole of the ship he's complaining about, okay? You would understand the whole of the ship also changes angular size? And the water you seeing which is closer to you would have a larger angular size? AKA limiting angle. This is what forced perspective is. There's something he was talking about earlier. Yeah.
There's different colors in the superstructure, that white superstructure in the back of the ship. And notice that even behind that superstructure, there are some.
Well, I think I can actually explain this.
There's actually a wave there. I mean,
yeah, there's a wave there, but I think I can quickly explain this, guys. This is my hand, okay? Look at the size relative to my head here.
yeah,
Now I'm going to push it to the camera. This is forced perspective.
that's it, man. Now it's bigger than your head.
It's bigger than my head. Why? Because it's closer. Danny, if this is the ocean, my arm, okay? Look, it's climbing. Sorry. My arm is now the ocean floor. It's coming closer to me, okay? Like this. Look how far away it is. Now let's move it. Remember, it's underneath my nose. Let's move it closer to the camera. Okay, it's difficult like this because I can't. I think this might be the best way to do it. I got this, and I got this. What's the name? So again, as you can see all the what's the name? If I'm moving it closer towards the camera, this is getting bigger. It's occulting the bottom of that. What's the name? Okay, it's difficult to hold, but you get the point. Smaller, bigger. Smaller, bigger. This would be the ocean. That small wave that you're zooming in with your camera is going to occult the bottom of this angle of this remote. Now, if the water's far away, it's smaller. Closer, bigger. Farther away, smaller. That's exactly what the argument is. I hope that made sense. Okay.
Containers stacked up to it. Now, I've seen many of their ships in port, and those letters NYK line do not extend down to the water line. There's several reasons for that. One of them is it's just going to be difficult to maintain those things, plus they won't be very visible. So as I'm looking at it right now, I can tell that there is something obstructing the bottom of the ship. And that something looks like water out there in the bay.
What? Skeptic says later, good peeps. Skep is driving 40 miles to Lake Tahoe to spend his last $100 on roulette. Gonna buy smokes and gas first thing so I can get home. Thank you, Skeptic, for coming. Really appreciate all the super chats. Hope you do win your $100, mate. Safe travels, and yeah, really appreciate it. I'm gonna go sleep soon as well. It's already 12 o'clock. Or is it 1 o'clock?
Oh, it is.
It's 1
1
o'clock.
o'clock for you. 12. I was going to say it's 12 o'clock for me.
It's 1 o'clock. So I don't think we're going to go on much longer. We'll probably have to then do part 2 tomorrow night of Danny Faulkner. But
Cool.
Note, guys, that he still has not brought up one Bible verse yet.
Not yet. No.
Really weird.
If the
Let's see if he brings up one before you go to bed.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Happen if it's a globe, there should be a dome of water, a hump of water between me and the ship.
Did he just make a claim of a hump of water?
A hump or a slope.
Ah. Do I really have to draw this as well?
Wow.
Okay. This is the paradox you globers sit with. This is your sphere Earth, okay? What happens if you have man standing on the top of globe? Every place would be tangent with straight line. Okay? That means it go away from feet at every direction. Is it dropping from a person feet, or is it rising to person? So is it slope away, curve away, or is it hump? He just made a claim of hump. So we can tell the same thing, Mr. Danny Faulkner. Is the River Nile flowing downhill or uphill?
Well, to me, water flows downhill. It's the only way it can flow.
I mean, this is how nonsensical the globe is, guys. Every place tangent from your feet goes away from you. So if you standing next to me, okay, and we standing on the side of the river, to me, it's flowing away from me, downhill. It's supposed to be flowing away downhill from you too, because you are on the top of the ball, just like I am on the top of the ball. But is it going downhill or uphill towards you?
Exactly. There's the globe is like you've got rivers going uphill, but rivers need to flow downhill, and science says that as well in the textbooks, that rivers have to flow downhill. But on a globe, they have to flow uphill as well as downhill. It's just ridiculous.
That's crazy. It's idiotic. The globe is so bullshit. It's not even funny.
I know.
Okay, let's just hope he brings up some kind of scripture, because I need to go sleep. Oh.
That's exactly what I'm seeing. Now, as the ship got farther away, it got more obscured. Now you can tell the ship's farther away because it's smaller, and I have
Why is ignoring the atmospheric alterations there? And Mr. Danny Faulkner, look at the size of these containers compared to when they're further away. Also, Mr. Danny Faulkner, why is it showing showing a mirror of the containers there with a wave in front of it?
Exactly. I mean, you can see that. You can see it's actually got waves and ripples, and
so it's showing it's showing a mirror. It's not even showing this blue band. You see that? It's not showing this blue. It's showing the containers that's above, mirrored down there, and then closer, a wave being magnified. So forced perspective then, Danny, not
what?
Earth curve. This debunks the claim that it's Earth curve. Wow. Hectic bad, Danny Faulkner.
Produced these at the same scale. These pictures, I've not changed the scale on you, and you can see everything on the ship is smaller than it was before. That's because it's getting farther away. Notice you can't see the hole anymore, can you?
Yeah, because where you're supposed to see the hole, you see the containers mirroring. I don't think he really checked his footage, did he? Yeah, and why is it compressing and stretching? Thank you, Godzilla, for coming, mate. Really appreciate it. He says, then on, folks. Thanks for the show. Flatzoid, good night. Thank you for coming, mate. Really appreciate it. Yeah.
Good night, God. Good night, God.
Awesome having you. Thank you again for all the super chats. Wow. Okay. This is crazy.
It's mental.
In YK, it's completely obscured. Later on, the ship cleared the Chesapeake Bay, probably was heading to Europe.
And you can see where the mirroring is here as well. What he's showing on screen is debunking the globe.
Yes. It's crazy. They do this all the time. They show you something or demonstrate, not usually, tell you something that is meant to be supporting their globe, and they're completely supporting flat.
Okay.
That's why I like when Nathan does his brick illustration.
Right.
Because it's so easy to understand. You can envision it in your head, and it just destroys it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But I want to say, you see this part of the hole, this blue.
Aye.
Where is it here? His argument is it's behind the water, correct?
Yeah.
But look at these grey containers here, the bottom row. It's a single row, correct?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
How much rows do we count here? I count 1, 2,
3. Yeah,
two of them.
Yeah.
Correct? And directly under this is the blue, correct? Where's the blue there? But we see containers there. So this
is mirrored.
Is a mirror. That
Therefore.
from there down is a mirror. Now, this mirror is showing it's horizontal, and then you got the wave, which is closer, aka force perspective. Remember I showed with the hand? Now, that's nothing. Look at this, guys. Let's take an altitude, a size altitude of this boat. Oopsie. Okay, that's how high it is. Let's now take this one. It's further away now, correct?
Yeah.
What happened? Correct? It just got small in angular size. But where's the mirroring here? The mirroring is this high. But where's this ship? Where's the water? It's exactly the same as it is here.
Yeah.
Why is it not going down underneath the curve, Danny? It seems to be rising up relative to the convergence of your eyes. Uh-oh. He never actually checked his photos. Would that be a bit of too much overconfidence, Danny?
Europe, because it started to turn more to the north. We're looking at the stern. Remember, those those containers are stacked up behind that white superstructure, and eventually you didn't see any containers in the back end at all. You're just seeing the very tip top of the ship.
Again, you can see the mirroring above the horizon.
That's right.
Hey, Bane Bear, thank you for coming in. Sorry to tell you, Bane Bear, you came a bit late. And Flat Sabbath, thank you for coming, because it's already 1:10 in the morning, so I do need my beauty sleep.
No, that's true. That's true.
We're going to try a little bit on just to see if he actually brings up. I think if it's after this argument, I'm going to say bye for the night, because
that's it.
I highly doubt he's going to bring up a scripture in the next 2 hours, even if we go on.
Doesn't seem like it.
Unfortunately, this was in November. The nights are long and the days are short, and I was running out of time. The sun was setting. I was already increasing the exposure time to get this one, and I could not keep following the ship. I wish I could have, but I couldn't. Sunset was about to take place, in which case the ship's going to disappear anyway from my view. So, more recently, I was down in Florida, was it last year or year before, South Florida, and I took this photograph of a ship. I believe it was approaching what port was it? Fort Lauderdale port, I believe. I think it's Fort Lauderdale. I think.
James Common, beauty sleep. See you in a decade then.
Nice one.
I mean, thought humans didn't hibernate.
Sorry?
I said thought humans didn't hibernate.
I don't. Okay, very good. I was in Broward County, so I was looking north. Okay, I don't know. Thank you. I knew Fort Lauderdale was there. I didn't know it was the same. I thought Fort Everglades is farther south. I don't know which port it is, but he was heading towards the port, obviously, and you can see there are three humps there. There's what it turned out to be the back of the ship, that big white thing. The far left, there's a thing sticking up. That's in the bow of the ship, and the thing in the middle is in the middle of the ship. You can't see the hull, you can't see the deck, you can't see a good deal of the ship. And I didn't know what I was looking at yet because it was coming toward me and it was far out there. And then I took another picture a little later on when I got a little closer, and son of a gun, there it is. I can see now more of all three of those, and I get a better idea of what they are and where they are.
This is good. Touchback.
Yeah, because they came from over the curve, right, Danny? Somebody's got a black swan. This guy.
Yeah. It's
Okay. Yeah, but this in itself is a black swan the idiot doesn't understand.
Exactly.
You can clearly see it's got mirroring again.
Yeah.
Not to mention closer, bigger, Danny. Further, smaller, Danny. And then you have to understand how parallax works, Danny. Let's take an example of a mountain in a far distance, and you're driving along the street, and you're driving away. Okay? Now, let me just explain it this way. I think this... Back to paint. Okay. This is the road. We're going to just say we've got a mountain in the distance, blah, 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 mountains. And then we're going to have some trees that's closer to you. Okay.
Yeah.
What happens when you travel further away? Which one is going to change angular size first? More in image-wise first.
The smaller objects.
Exactly. They will change angular size first. Exactly.
Yeah.
The further away mountains will take longer to change angular size.
Yeah.
Let's go back to his water. The water is closer. This is a wave. Remember foreshortening? Hand big, hand small.
That's it.
Hand big, hand small. Now, if you take a video, for instance, that water, I don't know if any of you have gone and actually taken video of waves in the ocean. It takes much, much longer for you to figure out that wave in the distance is moving towards you than it is that the waves are closer to you.
Yeah.
Parallax.
From your vantage point, they may look like small ripple things, but where that boat is, probably quite choppy.
Exactly. So that wave you're seeing there, it's just a wave. It's not physical earth curve. It's just a colting due to its angular size, and because of parallax, it takes longer to show it is moving towards you. That's simply that. The guy doesn't understand that it's not physical earth curve.
There it is. I can see now more of all three of those, and I get a better idea of what they are and where they are. And then a little later on, a little bit more, and it's turning, and then I can see even more. Just the reverse of what I just showed you. Before I showed you a ship departing, now...
Look what he's saying. Look at this wave here in front. Okay? This wave, if he had to put his camera onto the ground, you wouldn't be able to see what he's seeing now. Why? Because the wave would now seem much larger than it seems now. Because it is... the angle is in the way, and that's exactly what happens with that wave at the back. Look how small the wave looks now that is zoomed out. Zoom back in, and this wave is mega big. Yeah.
Showing a ship coming toward, and it works either way. So you can get all three of these, all of these coming together very quickly for a comparison on these things. Again, very good evidence going back to Pliny the Elder. I've seen it with myself. I've photographed it. I've documented. If the earth is a globe, this is exactly what you would expect to see. I see that. Therefore, the earth is a globe.
Circular reasoning.
My God.
Circular reasoning. Affirming the consequent based on begging the question. And this is when you're supposed to ask yourself, Danny, what does the Bible say about this?
He won't know. He doesn't open it.
Just skeptic, thank you for coming. I thought you left already. Just mate, drive safe.
Bless, man.
Now,
I don't know about you guys, but I got more of a disdain for someone who claims to be a believer in the Bible, yet called Moses a liar, than other people, right? Than atheists or whoever, right? That doesn't consider the Bible.
Exactly.
A guy like this, you know, I don't know, man. Like, I really dislike this guy. I really, really do.
He's just dishonest.
Well,
he's just dishonest. He's just a dishonest guy, that's all.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt.
No, I 100% agree with you, Matt. 100%.
Definitely.
Unfortunately, guys, I'm going to have to call that a night.
Yeah. It is late. It is late, guys.
Because I am now kaput. I'm tired.
Booshed.
I'm booshed. But yeah, thank you guys all for coming. You guys have any closing statements?
Are we carrying on with them? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll carry on with him tomorrow night.
Cool. Well, just let's hope that he opens the Bible and gives us a scripture at least to try and prove his globe.
Exactly.
Because he didn't do that tonight at all. And everything he said tonight, it was perspective. It was flat Earth claims. It was supporting flat Earth, not representing a globe whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. And the weird thing is he didn't bring any Bible scriptures up, and he's preaching in front of a church. That's the weird thing.
Exactly. Hopefully next time he brings it open. Go on, Mike.
Moses is trustworthy, man, and if you believe Moses, you'll believe on the Lord Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
Brianna John says it's still early.
Nice.
And James Garwood says, good job, thank you. He says it's 11 a.m. in New Zealand. Oh, wow.
Wow, that's crazy.
I've got actually family friends that stay in Christchurch, which is really cool. Danny Boy is a liar. Closing statement from Face Reality.
There you go.
I agree.
Yeah. Yep.
Neil, you got a closing statement? Silence says it all.
Must have gone to the toilet. Have gone to the toilet.
Okay, guys, so I'm just going to say...
Hammer's there.
Oh, Hammer's there.
Hammer? Come on, Hammer. Get to the mic. There we go.
What's up?
Did you see any of that?
I saw them still talking about ships going over a geometric horizon.
You got a closing statement.
I can't believe they're still claiming a geometric horizon.
There you go. Sorted. Nice one, Hammer.
Bless you. You guys are awesome.
Bless you as well, man. And you.
You rock, mate.
Cool.
And Neil?
Is he back?
I did hear him.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to close off. Thank you guys for coming. Really appreciate you all being here. You guys are Retro Bull with a $5 super chat again. He says, great show. I've only seen your debate, but I love this format, humor, and the panel. Thank you very much, Retro Bull. I really appreciate your support. I'm glad you enjoy it, mate. Yeah, this is more laid back. I don't always just do debates. I stream practically every night. Obviously not Tuesday nights. That's my night off that I spend with the family. But appreciate the super chat and appreciate everybody's support on the channel. So thank you very, very much. You guys rock. I'm going to get some rest now. I definitely need it. I got a few videos I want to work on tomorrow that I want to bring out. So looking forward to tomorrow night. We're going to do part 2 of Danny Faulkner. And then obviously in the week again, we have to still finish of those other 2 very boring guys. The one with the deep voice and Wazaloo, whatever his name is.
Oh, yeah. Got you.
We still have to finish them as well. So
Cool. They haven't even spoke about Genesis yet, have they?
No,
I didn't think so. And that was, we're 2 parts in, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
3 parts in.
Yep. Thank you, Skeptic936, for your $2 super chat again. He says, thanks, Flats. Dude, stop using your roulette money.
Do you know what he's doing? You know what they're doing? They're trying to keep the show going. That's what it is.
It looks to me that way. I need to sleep. Remember, I got children that wakes me up at like 5 o'clock in the morning to say, they don't come and say hello. They say coffee.
Coffee. That's brilliant, man.
Wake me up. I want my coffee. It's like
nice. I like it.
So yeah, guys, thanks all for coming. Really appreciate it. You guys rock.
Cool.
I still want to work on my new outro as well tomorrow. So I'm just going to play my rap for the outro. So I'll see you guys all tomorrow night. Many, many blessings. Thank you again for everybody. You guys are really beyond awesome. May the pressure be with you. Cheers.
The earth is flat. The earth is flat. Deal with it. Deal with it. Deal with it. Hey, you. Welcome to reality. Welcome to the flat and stationary. Through life, we've been taught what to believe and how to think. Our foundations laid waste with the magic of gone from reality. How we suffer with believing these lies. How we strive to conceal the strife. Why do we believe what we do? What if I told you it was bred for me and for you? This world we live in is not what we're told. It's a world of purpose and splendor and treasures untold. Will you step back? Will you jump in? Let's head to the truth with intent. All I'm here to do is tell you, the earth